Those two cards have something in common, which is kind of unexpected because it is a red card. So I think I don't even know how to pronounce it because it is not even in English or in Italian. It's in Deutsch, in German. So Bitteres Wiedersehen, something like this. Uh, the cool thing about living in Europe is that you have so many cards of different languages that you have. I mean, my Seeker of Skybreak is in Italian. Is from Salvat Ashet edition, while the Sneaky Snacker is in English. Yeah, so we are talking about Naya Gates with Seeker of Skybreak. So mid-range gate deck relying on a combo as a side plan, and yeah, it works good. It works, and I have nothing else to say. So let's go for the video. So I was quite happy by the new print of Hawkeye, Bollll, whatever it is called, the new artifact, because I always wanted a playset of the green creature, Seeker of Skybreak. So now being able to play this new elf in a combo shell that eventually it is better than the combo with Hungerback Scrounger, the 3-mana red creature that lets you draw your whole library with Seeker of Skybreak. It really hyped me. So I tried to figure out the best build I can came up with this new creature, but without any decent result, at least from based on my standards. I think right now the best build we have with the elf and the bow combo is Naya Gates. Probably is the decks that came up first with this new combo. At least it is the deck that keeps winning. To be honest, we got I think not so many events right now, just a couple, but still it got first place in a Team Trio event played by Tommaso, who already was behind the original Naya Gates decklist, so more or less he just swapped 8 cards to add Seeker of Skybreak, he cut Melded Moxit to add Bitter Reunion, and of course Hawkeye both. So after that, we got 2 Pauper challenges, one bought by Italians playing the same deck list, maybe just changed a couple cards in the sideboard. So we're taking Naya Gates played by Season of Mist and try this deck in the MTGO Pauper League. So if you don't know what the combo does, but I think you already know, the Seeker of Skybreak is a 2/1 2-mana creature that you can tap to untap another to untap a target creature, not another target creature. And yeah, that's what makes the huge difference, because you can untap your own copy of Seeker of Skybreak, allowing you to have an infinite combo. So one card combo. That combo is with Hawkeye's Bow, which is the new artifact that gives +1/+0 for each the creature, and when the equipped creature becomes tapped, it deals 1 damage to each opponent. So very strong alongside effects like Charm Alchemist, but of course with Seeker of Skybreak is just an infinite combo with 2 cards. A lot of people is worried about this combo, but it is too early to understand the impact of the card in the combo in the metagame. From my point of view, after playing a little bit with the combo, I think it is kind of okay. Especially regarding this Naya Gates deck, you are playing a deck which is an entirely fair strategy, relying on Basilisk Gate, but you then have as well the Seeker combo, which allows you to overcome very difficult matchups. So what are we doing here is playing a classic mid-range gate decks that tries to combo kill when you face unfavorable matchup like any blink deck, Zeus Familiars, or combo deck that tries to go you faster, spy walls, just to say. So instead of relying on interactive spells like Trap and Charm or Journey to Nowhere or the Lightning Bolt, whatever removal you can play, you try to kill them faster. So this deck is so good that even without Seeker of Skybreak, you can actually win a fair amount of games. You know, when the combo is bad against your opponent, you cut 8 cards, 4 copies of Seeker of Skybreak, and 4 copies of Hawkeye, or the Bollll, or whatever. Well, you cut 8 cards to bring in more interactions in form of Outlaw Medic, Journey to Nowhere, and Shattered Acolyte. I like this card. It's not very strong by itself, but it is a sort of modal spell, since it is a removal spell for artifacts and enchantments, and as well, it is a creature with lifelink. So you can pick it with Malevolent Rumble. You can, against aggressive strategies, get a lot of life with Basilisk Gate. So compared to Selesnya Gates, here we are missing Armadillo Clock, Guardian of the Guild Pact, and the 0/2 plant defender creature, Gate Creeper Vine, that lets you fetch any gate from your deck. So Gate Creeper Vine is very strong when you're trying to go turbo gates, but against gates we have Seeker of Skybreak as a way to literally break the mirror match. Another card that we have that Selesnya doesn't have is Sneaky Snacker alongside Pierce to the Past, so we are more, oriented on the card vintage, on the value compared to just the aggro approach that Selesnya have. So the second thing that I want to talk to you about is how it is built the mana base of this deck, because we're just playing burst deck, splashing green for 8 cards in the whole 75. So there's no tapped green mana source, because the most likely scenario where you are getting a green source from a draw spell is Malevolent Rumble. So you just play a tapped land first and name green, or play the Manor Gate and name whatever color you have. Having a lot of mountains, a lot of untapped mountains also helps you casting an high bow from the top deck, especially if you find it with Malevolent Rumble. So you can turn to Seeker of the Skybreak with Basilisk Gate at the top of the land, and then eventually top deck a mountain, which is not so probable, but still you get a decent amount of times that kind of play. I'm kind of skeptical about the singleton Fatalist Looting, because I don't like playing cards in one off without having a decent reason. So from a point of view, maybe it is better to play the full set of Outlaw of Medic, since I've found Prismatic Strands in this deck very strong as a way to protect your Seeker of Skybreak, because it is the only way to protect this Seeker. And against decks like Monolith Madness, you can steal the game by, casting or flashbacking Prismatic Strands before casting Seeker of Skybreak, and then give it aced with Bitter Reunion. So Bitter Reunion, this kind of deck is very strong as a way to, play your Sneaker Snacker or flash your combo. So this is another very strong interaction you can get to it. So talking about the sideboard, we have some more interaction in form of lifelink Ramos during the nowhere and lightning bolt. Power blast against blue with decks. Unseen Garage is way to kill Hawkeye's Bollll. There's no graveyard 8 in this deck list, so there's no way to get rid of Unseen Garage. Unseen Garage is good then with Malevolent Rumble and as a way to destroy double Boo, so you can slow down enough your opponent to kill them. And we have a Guardian of the Guild, but very strong against more or less terror decks and Remel's based deck. From my point of view, I think Siege Smash is better than Answering Grudge, but I can understand the logic behind Answering Grudge destroying in double bow. The thing is, Siege Smash doesn't give the opponent the opportunity to play anything in response, but still the Gates decks or any other bow decks right now, they're not really relying on counter spells that protect your cards, unless you are finding or you're facing an opponent playing a blue-based Seeker combo deck. It is likely for your opponent to do not have any protective spell. So not a mere safekeeping, no dispel, no negate, or whatever it is. So let's go rock the first game in the MTGO Pauper. Alright, starting first. Yeah, that's reasonable. We played 21 lands, so I think we can keep it. I mean, we do have Outlaw Mythic, we do have Secret of Skybreak. We just need to figure out which color we prefer to name with Citadel Gate. Likely, I want to name red because we have Pierce to the Past. So, whichever basic lands we find, we can, yeah, we can cast Pierce to the Past. So, I think it's better to set up our Gates game plan here instead of the going for the combo because we don't know what is playing the opponent. So yeah, against the deck like North Madness or EO, we found Malevolent Rumble on top deck. That's so bad. I mean, if I knew that I was top decking a Malevolent Rumble, I would of course name a green with the Citadel Gate because Malevolent Rumble can find a land and generate this token. Yeah, the token usually is not really relevant. I mean, especially against the Mono-Red Madness or Mono-Red Aggro, Red Queens, so Mono-Red Rally, Mono-Red Synth, Mono-Red X, whatever it is called. So now we do really need to find a tap at the land or an tap at the land with the Pierce to of the past. I mean, this deck is playing so many lands. I mean, 21 lands is kind of high compared to other decks in Pauper. I mean, we are playing 18 lands in with bounce land or two in decks like Burrows Tribe and Dimir Furious because there is or revealed in those decks. Here we don't have one mana cycling creature that fetch you basic land or dual land, but we do have Rumble and Pierce to the Past. But as well we do have other stuff like uh, we just need to find any land drops, more or less. There's not much to say that. So top land, top deck land, please. Yeah. Even top land is fine. Okay, we found Cliff Gate, and here we do name green, so we can cast Malevolent Rumble next turn. And I think I want to attack with my Ultra Love Mythic. There's no reason to keep the Mythic back to block, since you can bolt it and then attack with the Voldaren Epicure. They're not blocking with their Voldaren Epicure. Now we do have the green to find another land drop next turn. You can eventually cast Pierce to the Past if you find a land drop or a Sneak Snacker. And okay, they have a Chaotic Flame Ritual. Aggro Robbery, so they don't have a Fairy Temper to kill my Outlook Medic. I think now we need, yeah, we need a way to kill their casting perimeter. So, journey to nowhere. Or we need to find. I mean, I think just as many lifelink creatures as we can. So we can yield their turn. They are choosing between discarding. No, they choose discard. So they're choosing which card to discard. They have 4 cards in, and there's not so many cards they do have yet left in their hand because they played 2 spells, and of course the Aigui robbery. So the discard Boulder Epicure found. They find a land. Now they can kill my Outlawed Mythic, which is fine because we get to draw a card. And against them, plus the sideboard, we do have a lot of cards. We are bringing in Shattered Acolyte, Outlawed Mythic, Lightning Bolt. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, sorry, the meme wasn't really intentional. So we're bringing in 8 cards, and we are cutting the whole combo. Yeah, all cards from the Seeker combo, because those cards are not good against the Unread Madness. So during the Nowhere top deck was exactly what I wanted, and we are rambling here because I want an untapped mana source, but there's no land on top, so we are picking the Secret Cat. It is cool to have a creature with a Elm in the graveyard, but Seeker, we don't need it. I mean, it is very unlikely for us to kill them with the combo. And Snaker is better in the graveyard every time, probably. So we are picking the Secret Cat, so we are eventually forcing them to kill double Secret Cat instead of just one. I can expect them having I can accept them having Teacher's Knife, but it is still better to kill the Sig with the Journey to Nowhere if you get the chance. So next turn we are casting Fears to the Past, likely discarding Prismatic Stance. They have another Castic, alright. And as I stated, there's no reason to keep the Outclaw Mythic deck with the risk of losing it from a Lightning Bolt. Still, they don't have a Lightning Bolt, or okay, and they're playing on top deck. That's a very good top deck. Maybe one turn late, but still good top deck. So here, yeah, I'm planning to have a Prismatic Strength in the graveyard so I can flashback it next turn if I want to pump my Outclaw Mythic. I think I want to understand if I want to um, flashback the Secret Cat and cast Prismatic Strength, or just go for the Pursuit to the Past. I think there's no reason to lose the Secret Cat. It's better to lose one Prismatic Strength. Probably I can as well tap both gates and eventually choose later to play a tap the land or okay or planes from a graveyard. And at this point, I'm just flashbacking the cat. And I think I don't want to attack because I'm forcing them to have an answer to my Outlive Mythic. If they want to attack, I'm blocking one Boulder and Epicure, gaining 2 life. If they don't, I target some damage. Now, since they don't have... Okay, let's wait for the opponent to cast different temper and understand what card they're targeting. So next time we can eventually cast the Seeker. Okay. So I think I want to flashback here the Prismatic Strength because we are preventing the damage from Grab the Prize and from the casting. Yeah, we should tap the Secret Cat. Nope, it is still better to tap the Outlaw Mythic. So if they want to kill my Mythic or my cat, they are forcing them to Fire Blast them, which is very unlikely. Alright, we're preventing a lot of damage here. If I top deck and on top of the land, I'm going with Seeker of the Skybreak. If don't, there's no reason to attack here. I prevented damage, so I'm getting 1 extra life. Thank you for the free life gain, my friend. Fatalist looting. Okay, that's fine. Alright, let me think. I think I really want to find another land, but instead of casting Spirits of the Past, it's better to cast Fatalist Looting here, because if I don't find anything, I can still discard this Necker and eventually the Prismatic Strands. Alright, there's a Journey to Nowhere on top. I'll discard the Prismatic Strands anyway, so I can flashback it with my Sacred Cat or Outlook Mythic. I'll play Minor Gate. Okay, so we do have double green now. We do have double white. Should we have double red? I think so, because we can flashback Pierce to the Past and cast Hook is eventually. So we have a lot of life. They have only 3 lands. I think we can choose either. Yeah, we can choose either gain some life with the Outlet Mythic with the Basilisk Gate, or cast Secret Cat and Seeker of Skybreak. By doing so, we have the combo in the next turn, which is very good, and we are forcing them to waste a removal spell on Seeker of Skybreak over 1 lifelink creature. And I don't want to cast Journey to Nowhere on the Kessig yet, because they can find Greater Snipe. So, yeah, I think it is better to attack with Mythic and Snacker, leave Double Cat, and yeah, nothing much else. Yeah, I can keep the Ultra Mythic as in defense because I can block the Kessig, but I don't want to attack with the Sacred Cat, so I'm attacking with the Snacker, that's for sure. And then I need to understand if I want to attack with the Mythic. It's probably better to not attack with the Mythic. So yeah, we're not gaining 1 life, but we are not losing 1 life from the Kessig. So I'm doing this play only because I have a Prismatic Strands in graveyard. And yeah, I'm very yeah. I misplayed because I don't know why I thought I had green mana with the Citadel Gate. So it is clearly the wrong play from my side. So anyway, we go Journey to Nowhere at this point because it is better to use the mana to cast Journey to Nowhere and exile their casting. So yeah, they can attack me. We still have the Prismatic Strengths. And next turn we can activate Basilisk Gate or cast Pierce to the Past. So it is mostly dependent on which kind of cards we can find on top deck. Mythical Reunion will be eventually very strong because it allows us to kill them with 5 mana. Okay, they have another grab prize for the highway robbery. They're doing nothing. 1 mana. What is that? Looting. Right. Maybe they want to cast Spirit Temper to kill my Outlaw Mythic. That's fine eventually. I can dig it. Can let my opponent kill my Outlaw Mythic to draw a card. Because I want to draw a card now. I want more untapped lands and eventually answers for the strategy. And I can lose 1 Sacred Cat as blocker to my picture. Because they're forced here to Spirit Temper my Mythic. If they don't do, that will be eventually bad for them. Okay, I'm drawing 1 card, that's fine. And if they attack, I'll block with the Sacred Cat. There's no reason to not attack here from my point of view, unless you want to block the Secret Cat. Victory Union, I can discard 1 Ik Hawkeye's Bow. I'm leaving the green red land untapped, so I can eventually cast my Seeker. Discard the Hawkeye's Bow. Another Seeker on top. Hmm. I can play another Push to the Past, reanimate, discard Seeker, draw extra card. Um, but I do already have enough lands, so it is probably better to just go with Basilisk Gate to the secret cat, the token here, because it is better to lose the secret cat, which is not a token. We do have a prismatic strength in the graveyard, and now they want to play something like Eater's Knife or Draw Spell. We can then kill them with Bitter Union because we have prismatic strength in the graveyard. I'm not forced to block the Voldaren Epicure. I can block their Sneaker's Necker. And then next turn I have 2, 3, 4, 5 mana, which is enough to kill them with my combo. Because, yeah, okay, there's a Glitter Snipe. They shop it out. They don't have enough lands to play double Fire Blast, so we're killing them with the Seeker. Yeah, finally. Citadel Gauge on the top deck. I am playing first. Okay, Okies, Bow, Boo, whatever. Seeker of Skybreak. And we equip the Seeker. And then last we activate. Okay. Yeah, tap the Secret Cut. Protect from red and a skew. Yeah, easy. Alright, so if they don't know, I'm cutting out all the cards from the combo. We are forcing them in the post sideboard game to play around me having an instant speed 5 mana combo. So as we already said, our game plan against Mono Red Madness is removing completely our unfair game plan. Even though Basilisk Gate can be seen as something unfair as well. We are bringing in extra remote spell for the creatures, extra life again creatures, and yeah, that's it. Easy, very easy. So now we also were able to see why we play Fatalist Looting because we want more card draw, and we don't have any Basilisk Gate or Ramos Spell, but that's a decent starting looking pen. We can name Red with Citadel Gate, cast Secret Cat, and oh, Lightning Bolt. Alright, I like this card. So yeah, I think this deck list is well thought. I mean, uh, there is a very clear play pattern, so we can understand how to face decks like Mono Red Madness and overcome their interaction. We can more or less take a line and win, even if it is not the best possible line. I mean, I fumbled with my mana earlier in the previous game, but I still was able to win because I was far ahead my opponent. Now they have a Fatalist Looting, discarding Epicure and Fatalist Looting. Right? Time to lose the Secret Cat to Lightning Bolt or to the Builder Epicure. I can use my Secret Cat as a way to kill their Epicure. Hmm. I don't have any Basilisk Gate inside yet. So I have red. So should I play Minor Gate? I mean, I want an extra I want a green source here. I need to figure out which color I want more. So white or red is likely for me to want more red here. So I'll play the minor gate. So I have the change with the choice with the Citadel gate to name either green or a red. Next turn we go VampiroIL or Pursue the Path, discarding the Sneaky Snacker unless they have something more relevant. So yeah, if you temper my secret cat, I guess. If they miss a land drop, or even if they don't, I think I'm good with Pursue the Past. Now it is time to attack for them and time to block. If they lose a land drop, it's very good for me. Yeah. So Pursue the Past, discard Snacker. We found as many land as we needed. So double cliff gate. I think I shouldn't play. We do have double red. We're missing green. So maybe we should play Citadel gate naming green. Yeah. Your turn, opponent. Now I can cast VampiroIL discarding a land. Cast Outlaw Mythic. Let's see. Okay, they're missing another land drop. Exciting Ivory Robbery. We top deck Plains. Well. Plains allows me to cast Pursue the Past from my graveyard, which is good. I think it is probably the better way to use my mana. I mean, I still don't know what I need to do here besides overcoming my opponent's interactive spells, or whatever it is. I need to draw as many cards to find Basilisk Gate or other lifelink creature or even Prismatic Strands. And now they have a land on top deck. So now they can either um, cast Fatalist Looting from the graveyard, but I think they're going for the Ivory Robbery because looting from the graveyard is usually a late game play because you want to cast eventually Fear Temper or whatever it is, or discard extra lands, but they missed a lot of land drops, so it is likely for them to have a Snacker or yeah, another Fear Temper. And there it is, Sneaky Snacker. But they don't have any Gutter Snipe, or they choose to not play the Gutter Snipe. Alright, so Snacker, Combat, and then Bitter Union to reanimate the other Snacker. It is of course better to first attack so we can kind of waste the removal spell on my Snacker. There's not so many reasons to yeah, to kill my Snacker yet. I can eventually choose to not attack with the Snacker. That's a good play indeed. Ah, yeah. So here I have 4 mana. I can choose to not attack with the Snacker to block their Snacker, and then play double lifelink creature. That's probably better. Yeah. I think it is better to go Shattered Acolyte Outlaw Mythic because, yeah, I can lose the Secret Cat, but Secret Cat costs just 1 mana, which means it allows me to have more mana when I want to play Prismatic Strands, even from my hand. Now I think I'm naming white again. Yeah, I don't need another green mana source. And then we wait for the opponent. So they may have Electricary and the Festivities, or whatever it is. So they're killing the Shattered Acolyte or blasting me. They choose to kill Acolyte Mythic. That's quite peculiar as they let me draw 1 card. I guess they maybe prioritize being able to kill Shattered Acolyte with blocking the creature and eventually Loud Art. Or maybe they have ways like Electricary to deal 1 damage to each creature and then kill it with Loud Art, which is another good play. It's probably a very strong play here. So you can end the festivities and then love art. You are using 2 cards to kill 2 creatures. That's a good trade-off. Now it's up to the opponent to choose what to do here. If they attack with their snacker, I'm blocking. There's no reason to not do so. So what you're doing here? 1 mana, or looting maybe. Alright, so they don't know what to do here. That's a very good thing for us because they are quite in a pinch. Means we are forcing them to waste resources to do not so optimized plays. So they choose the attack here because they have a draw spell in hand, like Robert the Prize or whatever it is. Maybe a Hero Robber, grab the prize, discard, smash the Smitterens. So it's just to bring in Smash the Smitterens because they were expecting Relic of Regentus from my side, I guess. They miss a lot later. Okay, I guess I combat for 2 lifelink damage. Or do you like but my Shattered Acolyte? Here, Prismatic Strands to protect my Shattered Acolyte is clearly a very strong play because I have a Sacred Cat in my graveyard, so I can cast Strands. Name Red. Flashback the Sacred Cat, and I can again Prismatic Strands. And the cool thing about Shattered Acolyte attacking them now is we are yeah, losing 2 life from the sneaky stacker, but it's not really an issue because we go up to 20 life and then go down again to 18. So yeah, what are you doing, opponent? It is clear, or rather, uh, I think they have a lightning bolt in hand. And they're choosing between casting it on my Shattered Acolyte or not. Taking 2 damage here might be really hurtful, but they choose to not kill my Shattered Acolyte during their turn, so they choose to not play around Prismatic Strands because they feared Basilisk Gate. Having 4 copies of Prismatic Strands in this deck is very strong. It's very good, it's a very strong point about Naya Gate. Boros Gate, Splashing Green for Malevolent Rumble, and the combo. This deck is very strong against any burn or red queen's deck, supposedly. I mean, Gutter is very strong against Gates decks and white decks and green decks, so I can expect them killing me if they land enough copies of Casting Flame Breacher and Gutter Snipe. So they take 2 damage. I don't need that much green lands. So I don't need so many green on top of the source right now. So I'm casting Bitter Union. And I'll discard this Snacker. Another Snacker. Okay. So, of course, we played Citadel Gate. Should I name it green? No, I think I should name red game. And to be honest, there's no reason to name blue or black to cast Sneaky Snacker, especially since we do have another Bitter here in hand. So now I need to understand if I want to play Journey to Nowhere, but I think I don't want, or if I want to flashback the Secret Cat. Probably there's no reason to do so. I can protect my Shattered Acolyte. I'm kind of using a lot of mana to cast my Prismatic Strength, but it is good thing to force the opponent on wasting 1 burn spell on my Shattered Acolyte because they don't have that much mana. They don't have that much cards in their hand. I mean, Mono Red can't really generate card vintage. They can unless they rely on cards like Grab the Prize. Ooh, they're maybe they have and the festivities. They do have and the festivities, but I have prismatic strength. To be honest, casting Lava Jar before and the festivities is not the right play. I mean, it can the okay name in red because by doing so I'm not taking damage from end the festivities and I'm not losing my snackers, so I can attack with my snackers and then reanimate the other snacker. They choose to attack them as well. They have full cutscene, so they can attack with my snackers because yeah, I'm just better positioned right now. Pierce the past is better than Bitter Union. So first thing first, I'm flashbacking the Secret Cat. So if they want to cast Lava Dart, they're forced to do so right now. And then I can understand if I want to attack with both my snackers or not. If they flashback the Lava Dart on my Secret Cat, I can let my opponent kill it because I have another Secret Cat in my hand. So we are trading resources while forcing the opponent to put themselves in a worse position than they were before casting the card. So it is a lose-lose situation for them. Snickers for the combat. All right. Yeah. Use the past. And even push the past is very annoying for them as well. Okay. As we said, let's go for it. Discard Snacker. Another Shutter Attack Light on top deck. And yeah, I think, yeah, they have only 2 lines left. So Shutter Light and Secret Cat bot. We play both of them right now. And yeah, if you don't have any Breath Weapon, you are not so well positioned right now. This card, what do you have? Grab the prize, discard Guitar Snipe, that's fine. So they have another land drop. But they discarded their best card. Next turn I cannot. Oh, they skipped. Yeah. So next turn I think I can attack with just my snackers. They're forced to block, likely. Then we go Bitter Union discarding Faithless Looting. They were quite unfortunate against me in the second game, but as you can see, we played the whole game without finding any Basilisk Gate. So seems like we do have the upper end in this matchup, and Snacker is very strong against Marauder Madness. So that's cool. Right, for the second match, we are playing against lostonkato, and that's a kind of decent start because we have Lance, Modern Trumbo, Secret Cat, and Journey to Nowhere as a way to interact with them. So we can play Cliff Gate or Citadel Gate, name Green, and cast Rumble on turn 2. Okay, that's a Citadel Gate naming Green. It's likely mirror match. Yeah, I'll go Cliff Gate naming Green because if we want to cast Secret Cat, we have the white land, Bitter Union, discard Snacker, use the past on top. Okay, so I don't like the idea of wasting my Joint and over on their Sneaker Snacker because if they find any elf, I want my answers for the elves. So I'm pushing the past the Secret Cat, which is not really. There's a Seeker on the top deck. That's a very strong card in mirror match, I guess. Alright, okay. Hawkeye Boom, they're attacking. They're missing land drop? Nope, they don't. Another Secret Cat. So What I'm doing here, since we are way behind the opponent, is casting the Seeker, then play another land. So Citadel Gate, I name red. So I have double red, double white. Then I don't need another green. Now they need Journey Nowhere. If they don't have Journey Nowhere, I can kill them. I So starting first in game one is very strong play. All right, Basilisk Gate on top. It is okay, I guess. Here I can go push to the past, discard a land, play Secret Cat from my graveyard, play top the land, and then eventually Basilisk Gate the next turn. Or I can rumble. I think I should. Yeah, I probably should go pierce the past, leaving the cliff gate open to cast another Seeker if I found it. By doing so, I not the white mana to cast Secret Cat, but I want to dig more than my opponent, so I can discard the Secret Cat here. Alright, now a mountain. I prefer the Basilisk Gate or the mountain here. I think I should play the Basilisk Gate. And then Rumble. Alright, Seeker. And we have not found yet the Hawkeye's Bollll, but we are not in a very so good position. They're taking a lot of damage from this Necker. And they have Bitter Union and Hawkeye's Bow in play. Okay, we are taking 8 damage. That's a lot. But we do have Prismatic Strands in the graveyard for the next turn. I can Journey to Nowhere. There's Necker. Probably it is the right play right now. So we can block. Yeah, we should go Journey to Nowhere, the Snacker, and we then have the Eldrazi Spoon to block the Secret Cat. We can as well reanimate the Secret Cat. Response. Fountain. Tap green and red, cast Seeker, and Secret Cat from the graveyard. Easy. You can eventually flashback strands for red or for white if we got the opportunity. Now there's journey. If they do have another journey, that's quite tragic. But we can pump the Sacred Cat with the Basilisk Gate to get back some life, though that's still okay, I suppose. So they have a Cliff Gate. Tap 2 mana, pump the cat, 6/6. Should we take 6 damage here? Or should we block with a Rise Bone? How much mana do I need next turn? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. Rumble costs 1. If I cast Rumble into another 2 mana draw spell, I have left 2 mana, and that's enough, I guess. So we can block with Eldrazi Spawn, sacrifice this Spawn, so they don't get 6 life, which doesn't really matter much, but it's still better to fog them. Again, Journey to Nowhere, that's real annoying. But they have 1 card left in their hand, so that's fine. Oh, too bad. Too bad. So I think I want to play. Yeah, that's for sure. For sure, I want to flashback my cat, and I probably, I probably do want to play Malevolent Rumble as well. Journey to Nowhere. Oak is both or Secret Cat. Probably I should pick the Journey to Nowhere and exile their Secret Cat. They have one card in end. Yeah. We go Journey over. And I want to play a top at the land next. Goodbye, kitty cat. Citadel Gate naming green. So because we have the untapped red in a red color in end. Yeah. We got some value from these secret cats. And now it's just a matter. Ooh. No creatures left. Alright, now there's Necker. Okay, let me think. Because instead of going for with Pursue the Past, I can play Oki's Bow, equip my Secret Cat, pump the cat, or maybe pump the Eldrazi's Pawn token because they can fog it. Probably it's better to pump the Eldrazi's Pawn token. How much mana do we need? But every turn we leave them, they can find another copy of Seeker. So I think it is better to just accumulate, to just draw cards so we can find our combo. Strengths doesn't do much for now at least. So we flag back the kitty, and I cast my bow so I can equip a cat and deals more damage. Not attacking with Eldrazi's Spawn, of course. Do they have a prismatic strength? Seems like so. Yes, of course. They're not fainting that much damage, but I guess they wanted to have the prismatic strength in their graveyard. Or they're expecting to find anything on the top deck. Another bull. I'll still go with the Boost of the Past. Maybe not tapping the Basilisk Gate now. Yeah. I think I'll discard my Prismatic Strength. I'll keep the Journey Nowhere to exile another creature if I get the opportunity. So, Minor Gate, name White, I guess. Tap Basilisk Gate. Should I pump my Secret Cat? Or the Darcy's Pawn? I want to keep at least. I probably should keep. They have double Future Union, so I can't really play around them having. I can't really play around them having the combo. Because in response to the prismatic strength, they can, yeah, just. Oh no, yeah, I can play around the combo because I can activate my. I can activate the prismatic strength in response to the first activated ability of the bow, and then their creature lose haste during my turn. All right, another bow, and we now have little damage with Basilisk Gate. Another Basilisk Gate. Okay, here we go. We pump the Eldrazi Spawn so they can't prevent the damage from the Eldrazi Spawn. Yeah, we have little. I'll go with the Hawkeye's Bow. Equip the Eldrazi. Okay. Um, I'll pump the Secret Cat. Yeah, that's not. I want you to play around another Prismatic Strengths or a Removal spell on my Eldrazi Spawn. So We literally still the first game by thanks to the opponent not finding enough card draw, and we kind of forced the opponent to lose tempo and resources on our Seeker of Skybreak. Now we are bringing in Lightning Bolt as a way to interact with let me think, because sorry, they can prevent damage from Lightning Bolt with Prismatic Strength, but they can't really hog Answering Rage. So we are forced to bring in Answering Rage. And maybe we should bring as well Shattered Acolyte. Ah, that's really interesting to see the list. Maybe we don't want Journey Nowhere because it is a sorcery speed removal spell that gets destroyed with Shattered Acolyte. Maybe we don't have a need. Ultra Medic it is not really strong. Yeah, it have there's lifelink on this creature, and if they have a removal spell, we draw a card. Mm, but doesn't do much to be honest. Maybe we should bring in Guardian of the Guild Pact. I don't know. I think we should bring in a couple copies of Shattered Acolyte. This is an extra answer to the book is both. Yeah, more or less Removal Spell are not really relevant in this matchup, but we do have ways to interact well with the card. Shattered Acolyte can destroy Bitter Union and Hook is Bow as well. Maybe we should not bring in Guardian of the Guild Pact. They can block it with Snacker and Malevolent Rumble. They can prevent the damage from the Guardian with Prismatic Strengths. And by doing so, we are focusing our gameplay on finding the combo. I don't really know if by sideboarding Ansangraj and Shattered Acolyte were and boarding out during the nowhere and Love Medic and not bring in Lightning Bolt and Guardian of the Guild Pact, we're doing yeah the best possible thing, but seems like so. I mean, what are we cutting to bring in Circuit Cat? Guardian of the Guild Pact maybe? I think is not a so bad idea. After all, we do have Shattered Acolyte as a lifelink creature. So we can eventually cut another couple of creatures to add Lightning Bolt. But I think I want that much card that I can discard. Right, I think I do like Shattered Acolyte in the matchup. It is both a creature and an answer for the combo. So yeah, it is a good card. We are casting Cliffgate naming red and then playing the planes, or it is better to play Citadel Gate naming green. I think I want to play Shattered Acolyte on turn 2. And I think I need to figure out, yeah, uh, for better or for worse, they're starting first, so we have an additional draw to understand which color we need most in the early game. Because without knowing anything, probably it is not better to prioritize our combo. Because if we want to prioritize a combo, we can choose to not name red with those lands, or rather, if you want to prioritize the combo, it's better to cast to play Cliffgate naming red because we have one less gate when we are casting the Shattered Acolyte, so we can do both thing by naming green with a Cliffgate gate, and it is probably the best thing because it opens so many plays that it's probably always better to name green with the Cliffgate gate. Right, lostonkato. It is time for you to have the combo on turn 3 on the play. They don't have it. Fuse the pass, reanimate the snacker. Where is the combo? I need my combo. Maybe we should sideboard in or in a different way if we think about playing the role of a control deck rather than playing the role of a aggressive gate deck. I mean, we can bring immoral spells against them if we think that removal spells are valuable cards in the mirror match. So they have another tappable land. Now we are casting Shattered Acolyte, playing Citadel Gate naming red, likely. Next turn we can go to the past, discard planes. Yeah. The cool thing about hitting double Shattered Acolyte is that if we want to force a removal spell on my second copy of Shattered Acolyte, I can uh, sacrifice the first the Shattered Acolyte to destroy their Journey to Nowhere. So yeah, Journey to Nowhere is not good if you bring in Shattered Acolyte. So yeah, I should play Basilisk Gate and leave one mana open to cast my Shattered Acolyte. If you want to kill my Acolyte, you need to lose your Journey to Nowhere, so you're not doing so much. And now I can start attacking with my Acolyte and pump it with Basilisk Gate. 4 mana, Fusion from the past. That's fine. I think I don't want to crack their Journey to Nowhere. I prefer forcing them to. I mean, if I always have one untapped mana to kill their Journey to Nowhere, they can really kill my Shattered Acolyte. We go with white Tarmogoyf. Next turn, I should understand if I want to. Oh yeah, there's some Bramble. Probably. Ooh, they have another Journey to Nowhere. Another Prismatic Strength. I think they should pick the Seeker. Yeah, and indeed they picked the Seeker. If you want to attack with a Shattered Acolyte after giving +3/+3 with our Basilisk Gate, we need to leave 2 mana open to kill the Journey to Nowhere, and then kill the bow with the Shattered Acolyte. So I think I don't want to pump the Shattered Acolyte because I don't want to play the planes. Okay. I want to play Perceive the Past. And I think I'm indeed discarding. Yeah, maybe I should just discard the planes. Yep, we top deck at Mountain. Green red. Yeah, I'll go Citadel Gate name green because I have Mountain in my hand. And I attack with my Shattered Acolyte. They're not going to block with their Seeker. They can attack with their Seeker, which is maybe not so relevant. Okay, that's fine to me. They have double Rama spell. Okay. Maybe they have double bow. They don't have the mana. Oh yeah, they do have. They played the mountain from their hand. Alright, so I played accordingly to what I want you to do. But yeah, they had more interaction for my Shattered Acolytes. then and more copies than I was expecting. This starting end is not doing much, so I'm taking mulligan because there's no interaction. And I like this starting end, so I'm putting Secret Cat on bottom and go Clickgate naming white. If they don't top deck, I tap at the land. Oh, I play the okay. Oh, okay. I play the both and then play another land. Yeah, I name again white. Next turn, pursue the past, discard prismatic strands, maybe. Whoa, Stonkato, what are you doing? Damn. I'm losing from my mana base. It seems so. So we are naming green again. And wait for the opponent to kill me. Journey to nowhere? Yeah. They're missing a land drop. I think I think I should play my Pierce to the Past, disc and discard Prismatic Strands. Wow. Yeah. Seems like not keeping the kitty cat was the wrong play. And now I'm likely losing from. I'm playing another hook. He's supposed to play around the removal spell on the artifact. And then I play Citadel Gate naming red. Next turn I can play Basilisk Gate, discard this Clip Gate, and then find something maybe. 2 mana. What are you doing? You can't Malevolent Rumble. Another Seeker. I think I need Unsung Grudge. I'm leaving white, red open. Discard Clip Gate. Oh yeah. Well. We indeed found Shattered Acolyte, but it is not enough because we are always one turn too late. So bad. Yeah. So the mirror match is really stupid, and there's not much you can do about your opponent having the combo. Maybe I should not keep Prismatic Strands, and maybe I should bring it in all the removal spells. But I indeed bring it in removal spells for the card that they can't protect with Prismatic Strands. Probably it is better to not rely on the gate combo, or yeah, combo, the gate aggregate plan, and it's better maybe to just rely on the Seeker combo. But this deck is not so good to rely on that. And if I don't keep Prismatic Strands, I'm losing from Lightning Bolt and Trauma Charm. So yeah, that's weird. I'm keeping it. We do have everything. I mean, Rumble, it is good later. We have Secret Cat, used to the past. So I think I'll play Clipgate and name White. So I can play Cat and tap the land naming green on turn 2. And eventually activate Basilisk Gate on turn 3. So it's just a matter on what is playing the opponent, because not having Rumble on turn 2, it is annoying only against combo decks. So against everything else, it's better to name white to cast Sacred Cat or Pursue the Past on turn 2. They move down to 5. Alright, now maybe we're discovering what the opponent is playing. Cliff Gates, white. What do you have? Let's jump Wildfire. Okay. Alright. Let me think. I think I indeed want to play my Cliffgate naming green, but maybe I don't want to cast my Secret Cut. So we're naming green, pass the turn. Next turn we go Pursue the Past, discard Secret Cat, reanimate the cat. Rumble. Oh wait, that's the mirror match. That's not Giant Wifer. Next turn. Another Basilisk Gate. Yeah, I guess Seeker of Skybreak. Do I need my Sacred Cat in hand? I think it's better to have the Sacred Cat in hand rather than playing it. After all, I still want to discard it. Well, to be honest, at this point I want to play a Rumble to find the bow. So if I find a equip, I can indeed kill them. So let's wait for the opponent to do something. 2 mana, Rumble again. Cleansing Wildfire, Forest, safekeeping, safekeeping. I guess Rumble is not good to find your protective spells. Other planes. And Rumble, GG. Alright. Easy game. This combo is kind of really fast on Magical Line. So we won game 1 against the mirror. Yeah, not exactly a mirror match. We are playing against a deck playing Cleansing Wildfire, heavily relying on the combo. So I guess we should bring in all the cards are good against the combo, and we can eventually get rid of Prismatic Strands. I can't really see myself. Or rather, I don't know if they have any way to kill my creature, or yeah, maybe yeah. I don't know if I want to keep Prismatic Strands. It's just Journey Nowhere seems kind of bad because it is sorcery speed. Anyway, I have so many bad cards that I can actually cut all the lifelink creature to bring in more interaction. So maybe I should keep the Journey over. Anyway, bring in Unsung Raj. We still have enough. We still have enough room to bring in Journey over. So maybe I should cut Snacker. Nah, I should keep the Snacker. I think we go 2 Lightning Bolt and 2 Journey over, and that's probably enough. After all, we have Prismatic Strands. We do have Shatter Acolyte and all the Artifacts 8. Alright. No way to win, no way to discard this Necker, but we do have Acolyte, Garage, and Joint Nowhere. And as you can see, Acolyte, Joint Nowhere is very bad as a Rumble side because Tamarindo keeping forces you to exile your Shattered Acolyte. Island, Preordained. So against this kind of matchup, we are fighting over the card quantity over the card quality because they have better card quality compared to us. play Cliffgate name white because I'm planning to have Shattered Acolyte or Ancient Garage open next turn. So I have my Shattered Acolyte in play to kill their both, and then we can eventually think what to do later. I mean, they need to find an answer to Shattered Acolyte. And I do have Ancient Garage to kill their, yeah, they both. If they play Seeker now, they don't have any green untapped mana source. I can join the nowhere they Seeker. Now we are playing Manor Gate. Alright, do we have the green mana source open? Blue Island. I guess they're expecting something in red, so we go join the nowhere. They need Spell Pierce here, and I'm not expecting them to have Spell Pierce. Alright. Minor Gate. I think I'm naming white. Maybe next turn I want to play Rumble. Rumble. So Rumble in the graveyard, preordained, they found is both. Pursuit the past. Okay. That's a good draw. I'll attack first with my Shattered Acolyte. Now they need to find another Seeker or an answer to Joint Nova. They can bounce the Joint Nova, but they likely don't have the red yet. Anyway, so here's the past. Discard this Necker, unless they want to counter it. I don't think countering my Pierce to the Past is doing much, but it is likely for them to have so much interaction that, yeah, here we're naming red again. So we do have two white sources, two green and two red. All right, they found Gruul Bridge, Bitter Union. I guess I'll Bitter Union. I combat first. Oh, well, it is probably better to go Malevolent Rumble anyway, because with Malevolent Rumble, I can, well, I'm not sure to find the combo yet. And anyway, oh yeah, I found it. And anyway, I'm leaving so much mana open to cast Unsung Rage and yeah, eventually cast Shattered Acolyte. I don't know what kind of cards I should play around here. They have so much mana, they can bounce my Joint over. So probably it's better to not play my Seeker of Skybreak. I think they have an Hydroblast. They have the Bow, so they have two left cards in their hand. Interesting. So maybe it's better to go Bitter Union here. So I can discard my Snacker or force them to waste one Hydroblast on Bitter Union. Ouch. Not being able to find a land after putting the graveyard 2 planes is annoying. We're casting the Bull. What are you doing? Cleansing Wi-Fi on Basilisk Gate. That's fine. I think I want another planes. Preordain, okay. I'm not really going for the Basilisk Gate gameplay against them. Well, I can pump my Sneaker Snacker, and that's true indeed. But at this point, I likely prefer to go for a sort of weenie gameplay. while having interaction. Now they pursue the past, and we combat, I guess. I think I'm discarding. I think I'm discarding the prismatic strengths. Yeah, discard strengths. Find another land. Cliffgate, name white. Um, yeah, there's no reason to. I can play my Seeker, but I think I still want to respect them having an answer to shatter the Acolyte. I did not discard the Journey Nowhere because they have an Eldrazi spawn, so they need to. Oh, they're going for it, likely. Oh, they're playing around Journey Nowhere. Well, I can exile my Eldrazi spawn with Journey Nowhere, so that's not an issue. That's indeed not an issue. So, Mountain, Journey Nowhere. They cast Temur, keeping target their Seeker, and I target my Eldrazi spawn and sacrifice it to cast Malevolent Rumble or to cast Seeker of the Skybreak. It depends on what I think it is better to do here. Rumble. Alright. We take the bow. I want to attack with my Snaker. I think I need to understand if I want to go for the combo right now or not. Attacking with the Snaker. It doesn't have reach the creature, so it's fine to attack here. I have 4 mana. I think I want to um I think I don't want to play anything. I can play around them having an answer to the Rise Spoon as well. So there. What is that? Okay. Sapphire Charm. Target creature. Opponent controls pieces out. Target player draws a card. Or target creature against flying. That's a good card. A good answer. So thanks to the joint nowhere forcing them to waste an answer to the Seeker Skybreak, I can try to crack the Hawkeye's Bollll because now they need an Tamarindo safekeeping. As you can see here, Siege Smash is way better than Answering Raj, but I guess we can do much about that. And I still think Answering Raj here is better than Prismatic Strength because they can dispel the Prismatic Strength. I guess they're expecting some stuff like Pyroblast or Lightning Bolt. And anyway, they don't have green to cast. They do have double Blue Elemental Blast. Wow. Do you have it? They don't have it. Ponder. Sure. I guess I go with my combo right now. I can, unless they find another Blue Elemental Blast, but we know they don't have a Blue Elemental Blast. Seeker. Cast the Seeker. Cast the Bow. And they found it. Sure. Well, see to the gate. Green. I can attack with my Shattered Acolyte. Yeah, it is better to attack. I can still play Prismatic Strands and kill the Acolyte to prevent them from killing me. And now I have little damage to her, so they're forced to block with the Seeker. Or to have at me if keeping an end. Well, red mana. We have another bull. It doesn't matter. Seems like Cleansing Wildfire. Cleansing Wildfire. What is going on here? Are you cleansing Wildfiring? Wow, that's quite unexpected. What doesn't really matter. We go Prismatic Strands. And yeah, Prismatic Strands worked unexpectedly well. Too bad, my opponent. Now you are forced to block with the Seeker, losing all your creatures in play and all cards in hand. And yeah, we won against the bad matchup, likely. Starting against starting first against Bollll, but we don't have the second land, so that's a mulligan. Yeah, that's a good starting hand, I guess. We are keeping, putting down Outlaw Mythic. Really good minor gate naming red, so we can play Pierce the Past on turn 2 or eventually Outlaw Mythic, depending on whatever is playing the opponent. I guess my opponent is some sort of control deck, like yeah, Jeskai, Ephemerate, or Azorius Familiar. So I think I want to PVC the past my Snacker so I can put pressure on the battlefield, then later cast Outlaw Mythic. Volatile Fjord, yep, that's Jeskai Ephemerate. I think Hawkeye's pull on the Snacker is likely the best play you can do here. Naming white again. That's 4 damage to you. Now we are forcing the opponent to kill the Snacker, and then we can still damage without relying on Basilisk Kit. Okay. This equipment seems good with Sneaker's Necra. If they waste an answer to my Snacker, I'm piercing the past back to Snacker in play. That's 3 damage to you. I guess Mythic. I think they're kind of forced to counter here or something. So if they counter the Mythic, I go Modern Rumble. Alright. Gate. Rumble. And what we are picking with the Rumble. Um do we want another Boo or a Giant Ignore? I think we should keep putting pressure on the battlefield. So I'm picking the Hawkeye's bow. So next turn I can equip the bow on the Eldrazi spawn and attack with it. Even though I think I still prefer to attack first and then cast Pierce the Past if they kill my Snacker. because yeah, they can kill my snacker if they don't have counterspell in the same turn. All right. Since we found untapped land, we play first the Oak East Boo. Um. Oh yeah. Um. I guess it is the right play to equip the spoon because we get mana from the spoon. So we're forcing the opponent to have another answer. All right. I guess I don't want to cast Fusu from the past and lose my token, so I keep again the token and play Manor Gate. White, red, I think white again is fine. That's a very menacing token. River of Bolas, yeah. Now I need answers. And I can't have him kill the River of Bolas. That's crazy. This reunion? Ah, yeah, that's fine, I guess. But I probably, yeah, I I guess they're not killing my. Probably I should pump the Eldrazi Spoon and then cast Victory Union if they. Oh no, wait, they can ephemerate the other bullets, which is kind of fine, I guess. They can either kill my Spoon. They're forced to block. So if they don't have, they don't. I think they don't have. Oh yeah, they can still spread my Spoon. They can even destroy it. And if they ephemerate my ogre, you can bring back this necker. But now they can't counter my Beecher Union, which was my plan. Another bull on top deck. Now we can win thanks to the prismatic strands, because if they want to kill my snacker, I can fog their scred with prismatic strands. Mm-hmm. So what are you doing? My opponent is the kind of deck that loses to Guardian of the Guild Pact, by the way. So our all game playing post side will be slamming Guardian of the Guild Pact in play. You can bring in Lightning Bolt as well, and of course Power Blast. And we are cutting a lot of cards because I think we are still keeping the combo. Hmm, I don't know. We are bringing in Parablast and Guardian. That's 5 cards. I don't know if I want to keep Journey to Nowhere. I feel quite right. Ah, how much mana do you have? I have 6 mana. So I think Basilisk Gate on Snacker is the right play. We have little damage with the Snacker. If they scred the Snacker, we have the strands. Now they need an answer for my charismatic strength. Dispel. Savage. And I guess I don't want to attack with my Razzie. We can have a flashback to prismatic strength because we haven't found yet Secret Cat or another copy of Outlawed Mythic. Against those kind of decks, Outlawed Mythic and Secret Cat are good as creatures that replaces themselves, so they're not so bad. And Prismatic Strength is a good way to stop them from killing my stuff. So, yeah, it's just I don't know what I should cut post sideboard. I mean, for sure, during the Nova to bring in Pyroblast. And I guess I want to keep my combo because I it is so free to kill them with the combo. That is probably what I want to do eventually. Maybe I should cut one copy of Seeker of Skybreak because it doesn't do much besides the combo. It can be easily interact with. Even the bow doesn't really do much. Yeah, it chips a lot of damage, but it's not the good part of my deck against them. But if I cut all the cards from the combo, that's an amount, that's 8 cards. Uh, what I should bring in? Pyroblast, Guardian, Lightning Bolt, maybe Giant Nova. Yeah, seems reasonable. Yeah, probably should cut the combo as well against Jeskai because there's so much interaction that Jeskai is already well positioned um, against Gates, but it struggles uh, to my Basilisk Gate because they don't have any more cleansing Wildfire to top with their Preordain. That's quite something, I guess. I guess I should play my Hawkeye's Bow. So my red spawn deals little damage and can kill the Ogre of Ballas. We are dealing 4 3 damage, and then we are casting Pierce to the post combat. All right. What do you have? Another Ephemerate. They block. No Ephemerate. I guess they have Remote Spell, or they have maybe Counter Spell. Pierce to the past. This mounting. Bring back. Ooh, it resolve it. Right. 1 mana. 4 mana. Behold the multiverse. Crazy. The cool thing is we have little damage with Hook his bow without relying on Basilisk Gate. Wow, another bow. Okay, let me think. I think I should play around one Ramble spell, so I'm casting Seeker and giving it East with Bitter Union, so I can attack Counter Spell. I guess that's fine. Right. I think if they have the life gain 3 mana white spell is fine because I can then play Pierce to the Past in post combat. If they have an answer like Scred or Lightning Bolt, I can Prismatic Strength because now they need another counter spell or dispel to counter my Prismatic Strength. They already played one dispel and one counter spell. That's 1 damage to you with the bow. Rise and brutal. Red white. Pierce here. Discard prismatic strands. Okay, I'm not playing the last copy of the equipment. I think I want to go Rumble first and then Seeker, so I can minis the combo. I mean, I can present them the combo if I find that Seeker Cat that flashbacks. Uh, the prismatic strands to protect me from to protect my creatures from any removal spell. Archimonster, bring back the Ephemerate, I guess. Yeah, that's fine. They need an answer, or they need Nebel answer. I think I can win now. I'm short 1 mana. Counterspell again. Yeah, that's fine. I have another one. I have enough mana. Have enough mana to play around counterspell, but not enough mana to play around double answer. Beat your union, and that's it. Okay, now we go for the fair game plan. We cut all the combo pieces, which did well enough to give me the win. But to be honest, I think relying on Secret Cat, Automatic, or whatever it is, I think I don't need the last during the hour. Probably Automatic number 2 is better because unless they have right and if they have a scred, they let me draw a card. And of course, I'm heavily relying on Guardian of the Guild Pact to win the game. Probably having only one copy of Guardian of the Guild Pact is not enough in this kind of matchups, at least. I think I'll go with the second copy of Guardian of the Guild Pact, or maybe even the third one if they want to win against decks like Jeskai. Right, I thought it was a starting end, but instead it is a very good start because we do have minor gate to fix in white, so we can go push to the past on turn 2, discard Snacker, and we do have Basilisk Gate as well, so ooh, we can play around a lot of counter spells. Alright, what are you doing now? Hydroblast on Pierce to the Past. Uber for last. Alright, my opponent, you can't really block Sneaky Snacker. Power Blast. We Fire Blasting. Since they don't have anything relevant on board yet, I do not have a way to kill my Snacker. Right, and I think it does exile a creature. Let me check right and if it targets any kind of creature or just with those big creatures. Ooh. Okay. Exile target creature, so it is not worded like destroyable. Alright. Should I play around right end to deal 2 extra damage? I think I should not. Because if they have an answer to this Necker, I can't really play another creature. And if they have an Ephemerate, I want to kill their Uber boss. So I'll Mythic. And we pass the turn. They likely have Ephemerate if they did not do anything now, but it seems like they don't have it. Alright. Or they want you to play around Fire Blast or Lightning Bolt, maybe. Next turn we can pump the Medic or the Snacker. I think we need another red mana source here. So what I'm doing here is attacking with the Snacker, just the Snacker. Then I'm casting Bitter Union. I think there's no reason for them to counter Bitter Union. I mean, I have a Pursue the Past in my graveyard. Okay, that's fine. So I guess I play another Outlaw Mythic. I can start attack with Bot Mythic next turn. Now, what do you have? 5 mana. That's a lot of mana. Archimonster, Lorien. If it's just a Drifter, that's fine. If they double block an Outlaw Mythic, that's fine to me. Because I'm drawing one card. For them is like, oh, they're okay, but yeah, that's fine for them to block just one creature. Yeah. They're double block. That's the best possible outcome. I like that you let me draw one card with Outlaw Mythic. Now I want to flashback the Pushu from the past in my graveyard because I want to draw eventually another red mana source to have double Power Blast or whatever it is, or triple Power Blast. As you can see, I haven't found yet enough lands, so it's better to tap as much mana as possible when you have the chance. And by tapping 2 mana, I weren't able to cast eventually Guardian of the Kill Pact. So there's not so many reasons to play any draw spell beside the Pursuit from the past from my graveyard. So now we're waiting for the opponent. They found finally the red. They can interact with my creatures. I'm probably not attacking with the Medic now because by having a Medic in play, I can flashback the Prismatic Strengths and I can let my opponent kill my uh, my Snicker eventually. I can flashback the Prismatic Strengths to fog the damage from the Drifter. Okay. I'm casting Pursue the past, discarding Secret Cat. Cliffgate is fine. So we play the Cliffgate named White. And we are passing the turn because I want to have enough mana to cast Power Blast or Lightning Bolt. I suppose they have many Hydroblasts or big blue spell or counter spells, and that's probably the reason why they haven't played yet anything relevant. What is that? What you're doing? Is that a spell that exiles? They have Finged Flash, Finged Slash, I think it is the name. The Modern Horizon 3 Flame Slash that costs 2 mana and it is devoid. So even though it costs red mana, it is colorless and it exile the killer creature. I can flashback the Prismatic Strength to protect my creature. And there you go, Finged Flames. Devoid, Cersei, deals 4 damage to creature or planeswalker, and it exiles. I could lightning bolt my Snacker, but I don't like that idea. I think it is better to. Oh, okay, they're attacking with their Drifter. I think it is better eventually to attack with my Ultimate Mythic or just flashback to see the past. Another pursue the past. Good, that's good. All right. I'm leaving Devil Red open to cast Devil Power Blast, and they're countering my pursue the past. That's okay. I'm keeping my Power Blast to counter their Archimancer or Lorien Village. There's no reason for me to fight over my Pierce to the Past, especially since I played the card from my graveyard. I think they're expecting one Pyroblast, not two copies of Pyroblast. If they have just one, okay, let's counterspell. And that's fine, because now we can counter their Archimancer, or kill it with Lightning Bolt, and cast Guardian of the Guild Pact. And hypothetically speaking, now the game is over. Unless they have another Archimancer, because they can bring back Finged Flames to kill my Guardian of the Guild Pact. I play first. I think I play first Bitter Union here. Discard Prismatic Strands, of course. Pyroblast again. Well, anyway. We go Guardian of the Guild Pact, since they don't have enough mana to counter it. Hoping they don't have the second copy of. Hoping they don't have the second Archimancer. If they have another Archimancer, they're bringing back. They're bringing back the thing that flames to kill my Guardian. So Mildrifter, Ephemerate. Good for you. I probably should. I don't even know if I should play around the Ephemerate. I can bolt it. I can bolt the Mildrifter. So what are you doing now, opponent? Next turn, if I don't top deck a land, I'll go Malevolent Rumble, because I want to leave the mana open to cast Power Blast. And after doing so, I can eventually find a land, activate Basilisk Gate on my Guardian of the Guild Pact. Well, I think I'm... Oh, they're trying to find the thing that flames, because if I draw a land, I have enough damage to kill them with my Basilisk Gates, because can provide plus Bender's Water Skin is fine. I can give +8/+8 to my Guardian, so they have 11 life left. Oh wait, I have a Lightning Bolt. Okay, so since I have not found, since there's no tapped or untapped land in play, I'll... Okay, another Basilisk Gate. That's fine. But do I prefer Citadel Gate? No, I think I'll prefer Basilisk Gate because it is untapped. And now we go for a little damage, maybe. Let me... How much mana do we have? I have 6 mana, so yeah, that's little. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. Unless they play some life gain or fog effect, I think that's enough to kill you. Yeah, Guardian of the Guild Pact killing people again in 2026. Right, last match of this leg. Okay, that's weird. We're starting first with double Seeker of Skybreak, double land, but we're doing nothing on turn 2. I suppose we can mulligan. Yeah, I can take a mulligan because I'm not really doing much, but I do have Seeker and Rumble. Hmm. That's weird. That's weird. I need to top deck land more or less on top. So yeah, maybe I should keep it because having Seeker of Skybreak in the starting end alongside Modern Rumble makes this starting end good, especially since I don't know the opponent. If we suppose the opponent is a deck relying on interaction to win against me, it is clear on mulligan because I'm not doing anything good beside Modern Rumble on turn three on the third turn of this game, and I draw just one card. So if I don't top deck top and untap the land, it is clearly very slow. But I still play 11 lands in my deck, so maybe it is fine. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see what happens. And there you go, Mountain. Pursue the Past on top deck is very strong. So we name a red and then cast Pursue the Past, discarding snack card. Oh, well, it mostly depends on what I can draw later. Alright. Yeah. So, um, I think I should go Malent Rumble to find a land. Anyway, land, do we need them? We do have. Okay, so we found a land. We can next turn cast Pursue the Past, eventually cast it as well. Uh, we can Pursue the Past Prismatic Strands, actually. So yeah, that's not Mono Red Menace, that's Rakdos Menace, which is probably way better compared to Rakdos to Mono Red Menace because they don't play Large Art or Fire Blast or Eternite. So all the good cards, they don't have them. Planes. Alright, I have a plan here. Is casting Pierce to the Past. And then eventually Seeker and Seeker Cat, and I'm discarding the Prismatic Strength. By doing so, I can protect my Seeker Cat. I'm sorry, I can protect my Seeker and then eventually kill them in the next turn. If it is likely for them to tap out, I probably should, and I probably should go since I draw a Bitter Union. I probably play Bitter Union. So even if I don't top deck a land, I can still try to come off next turn because Orion to provide East it costs 1 mana only if you have the card in play. And if I play the Victorian and I don't play Seeker Cat and Seeker, I have then more mana because I'm not sacrificing the Drastic Spoon. So I'm playing around. It is a better way to play around my opponent interaction. So I found the capital end with the Victorian in form of Basilisk Gate, and now have another enough mana because I forced it to flashback the Secret Cat. To flashback the Prismatic Science, of course. So Seeker of Skybreak, Seeker of Skybreak. I think you are pretty much dead, my opponent. That's fine. There is an issue with the equipment on Magical Eye right now because this bugged. Due to the bug, you are dealing damage with the bow rather than the creature. So uh, they can play around Prismatic Strands, naming red if indeed force me to flash Prismatic Strands for red. All right, so like we did with Mono Red Madness, we are cutting 8 combo cards to bring in what to bring in all the good cards against Madness. or Rakdos Madness. So Lightning Bolt to kill their Kitchen Imp, Shattering Acolyte, Auto Level Medic, Journey to Nowhere, and let's go. The opponent is starting first, but we stole the game one with the combo. That's a very good point about the combo. I mean, rather than a combo, it's a good point about prismatic strength. So prismatic strength in this deck is very strong, as you can see, because it allows you to um, play very well into cards like Lightning Bolt, even in game one. Uh, okay, let me think. I think I can try to give it. We can top deck and untap the land, and we have prismatic strengths and double rumble. So from my point of view, it is good to keep this starting and I think here I want to name green because um if I top deck Basilisk Gate, I'll play the Bitter Union to discard prismatic strengths. If don't, I can play Malevolent Rumble. Double Wonder and Epicure. Manor Gate. I guess Citadel Gate, naming red. And your turn, opponent. Oh wow. My start is really slow. Their start is really fast. Double Epicure into Chimp. Yikes. I guess I should go. Yeah, Victory Union. Discard Prismatic Strands. And there is nothing relevant. White. And pass the turn. We can tail on black with Snacker now. So we are kind of forced to find a creature with Malevolent Rumble. Nihil Spellbomb. Then we received the past at the wrong time. I suppose we're pretty much dead, but we can still try to do something. So I'm Malevolent Rumbling here, hoping to find a creature. We did indeed find enough creature. So I'll pick the Ultra Medic and flashback the cat. So they can't exile it with the Heal Spellbomb, and they're likely going to exile my graveyard because there is a prismatic strength in the graveyard. I have enough red mana. I do have enough green mana, yeah. I'll play again Cliffgate naming a red because I already have an untapped white source in it. Oh well, I forgot about the change of casting Auto Medic by sacrificing the spawn and tapping planes. Maybe that was the right play. Yeah. I go down to 4. I'll block double Epicure. Go down to 3 because I'm netting 1 life with my Secret Cat, so I'm losing 1 damage. Just 1 damage. High Robber. Yeah. Discard Mountain. Oh no, they sacrificed Mountain. Another Kitchen Imp. But we are still alive, unless they have a Lightning Bolt. Oh yeah. They're not forced to attack with double Epicure. So even without the misplay, that was clearly again a win for them. All right, we are starting first, and now we do have a better starting hand. So we go first with minor gate naming white. I think I'm naming white with both lands. Maybe I should play Cliff Gate naming white. So if I top deck a creature or lightning bolt, I can play it. But at the point, it is probably better to play minor gate naming white, so I can cast whatever creature I want. Alright, so the top deck was Necker and not thinking about casting Bitter Union on turn 2 was clearly a misplay by my side, because now I can play Bitter Union and discard this Necker, which means I can block with this Necker for one turn. But okay, I'm still casting Pierce to the Past here. It is likely for me to draw a tapped land, but not this time. Technically, I name it white for from both my lands, so I can cast Pierce to. I can cast Bitter Union, discard the Prismatic Strand, and then cast Secret Cut. Alright. Alright, the past turn. And we go. We still go Bitter Union. Discard the Secret Cut. Sorry, the Prismatic Strands. A lot of lands here, right? Okay, let me think. They're doing nothing. Maybe they are wary of my combo. So what I'm doing here is attacking with the snacker maybe. And I suppose I want to cast then Secret Cat. And I think I want to play Basilisk Gate. So they're forced to cast double removal spell on my Secret Cat. One now and one later. And I can then again cast my Secret Cat from my graveyard. So Prismatic Strand is a very strong card, but the format is so fast that you always want to have a Prismatic Strand in your graveyard. You can still cast Secret Cat from your graveyard because it costs just 1 mana. But yeah, there it is. Free Temper on the cat with flashback. Name red. Force the opponent to have an answer again for the Secret Cat. Oh well, maybe I was wrong because cast into the fire. Okay. But well, you are forced to crack this spellbomb now. Okay, that's fine. They're losing one card to exile my Snacker and Cat, but we top deck another Cat, so that's not an issue. I guess it is time to pursue the past. I probably should pursue the past after casting Modern Rumble, because okay, that's a whole set of lifelink creature. I play the planes. I wonder if I want to play about Secret Cat and the Outlaw Mythic. And I think I want. There's not even a reason to activate the Bitter Union now. Like the whole thing about my deck is by having Bitter Union, I can give East to my lifelink creatures. So they discard the double snacker, play all desert. We top deck another Shattered Acolyte. Maybe there are too many lifelink creatures in the sideboard of this deck. That's 10 damage just for you. My opponent you identify double answers to Secret Cat and Outlaw Mythic Order. Identify the 3 answers because I can bring back the Secret Cat. So, and there it is, the first answer, Free Temper. I suppose you want to kill my secret cat because you don't want to let me draw one card unless you have another cast into the fire. Sure. Why did you kill my? Okay, because they say there's no reason to to kill secret cat because they're bringing back the creature, and they had only one card. So yeah, that's fine, I guess. Do I want to bring back the Snacker? I think no. I think I want to only attack with my big Kit Cat. That's swelling 9 damage from my cat, my lifelink cat. You lose one Voldaren Epicure, that's fine. I go up to 37, and you are at the top deck. Flashback looting, that's fine. Discard robbery and grab the prize. I suppose you have a Rumble spell in it. Alright, Citadel Gate. Ephemerate. And pump the cut. Here it is. That was just a time walk. But now I have double lifelink creature and you solved nothing. The cool thing about decks like Gates is you have so many resourceful creatures like Secret Cat and Outlet Mythic that more or less you are stopping your opponent from doing everything. Snacker. I have so much mana that I can pierce the past or looting my Snackers. And still have enough mana to do whatever I want. Electricity. Why they choose to discard Electricity? Okay, that's fine, I guess. And there we go. 4-1, losing to the mirror match. Seems quite a decent result. So we can say for sure that during this league, Naya Gates with Seeker of Skybreak came up as the winner, and we lost to lostonkato, which can be seen as a victory. So yeah, I guess that's it. The combo is good enough to be played in format after all. I think we won most games due to the deck being good anyway, not by the combo being oppressive. So if you have any impression of this deck or the combo, if you think I can improve this deck list, if you think you can play Seeker of Skybreak in a better build, in a better shell, just let me know in the comments of this video and we can take Seeker of Skybreak and Uki's Bow for another Magical Line League in the next video. So see ya at Pauper Geddon 20 Summer Edition 2026 in Lucca on 10th, 11th, and 12th July. And until now, have a good time.